Hey guys, welcome back. In this video series, I'm going to show you how I took this house, split it into a duplex, and turned it from looking like this to this. I hope you enjoy. So you notice that we're in the basement. A couple months ago, this was unfinished. Take a look.
Well, half the basement was unfinished. The other half had some drywall, but it was home to a rather large mouse nest, so I decided to take it all down and start with a clean slate. Now, one thing that you can't really see in this time lapse is every time I'm ripping down part of the walls or ceiling, there's mice pellets, carcasses, bits of wood chips, and insulation raining down. So I definitely had my respirator, eye protection, and gloves on for this. For a 4-inch perforated drain pipe, which we will indirectly connect to the existing footing here at the bottom of the foundation. And that is the pipe. So because I was splitting this into a duplex, I need to have a legal bedroom in the basement. And one of the requirements is an egress window, which basically allows someone to crawl out in case of a fire. And so there was no window large enough or low enough to the ground, so I had to dig a window well and cut through the concrete to add a new one. Because I was cutting a hole in the side of the foundation, the city wanted to make sure that everything structurally was still safe. So I spoke with a structural engineer, and he suggested I put in this angle iron here, which is 6 inches by 6 inches by 1/2 inch thick steel. It had to be secured to the foundation and would basically help support the concrete above the opening of the window. So once the window well was secured to the side of the concrete, it was just a matter of filling it back in and making sure that I maintained a positive slope away from the foundation with the rest of the soil. I also went ahead and replaced the existing basement windows. I also had to add a few additional vents and holes for the foundation. This one here was to allow a nice supply of fresh air into the furnace room, and that was just one of the requirements for this larger industrial water heater. And again, I had to upgrade the water heater so that it would produce enough warm water for 2 units. Finally, I had to cut apart the basement floor because I had to add some new plumbing for a washroom in the basement. And you'll see here that I quickly discovered the old cast iron pipe was a little bit corroded, and so I decided just to replace it all. Alright, so we've replaced all the plumbing here. Before, basically from this sticker right there, it used to be the old cast iron pipes, which definitely, like these ones, needed to be replaced. They were very corroded inside. The larger ones actually weren't too bad. Definitely starting to degrade, but they were still pretty good. But I figured since I have the basement in this condition, might as well just carve up the floor and replace it, because cast iron pipes, they only last, 60 to 70 years, sometimes a little bit longer, but figured might as well while I'm here. And so once I had passed my plumbing rough-in inspection, I filled all the gravel back in and concreted over the floor. There's a bit of a slope in the floor, so after I'd done the concreting, I also added some self-leveling compound just to help make the floor in the basement a little bit more level. So thanks for watching. In the next videos, I'll go over some of the waterproofing, insulation, framing, and fire separation things I had to consider when building out the rest of this unit.